What is up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. I'm smiling so hard. We got a new Plunder Patrol card. He looks amazing. And yeah, I mean it's Ravenwing, the Plunder Patrol pilot. He's a pilot, so I don't know. I love the artwork. Look at the artwork of this guy. So clean. He kind of like scopes ahead and shows the Plunder patrol ships where to go. I love it. I love this lore. We've got more monsters, and he's not even an ogre or troll this time. I almost said ogre. He's not even a troll this time. They have like a pet raven that's so cool. He looks awesome. I love it. Okay, now if you don't know, Plunder Patrol is one of my, I don't know, probably close to my top 10 favorite decks. It's one of my favorite new decks that have been integrated into Yu-Gi-Oh! And yeah, let's just get into it, all right? Okay, this is Ravenwing, the Plunder Patrol pilot. I love that Plunder Patrol is in his name, so he is very searchable throughout the deck. He's a level 4 Water Fiend effect monster. Interesting that it's still a level 3 Water Fiend. I mean, I like it because it keeps synergy with other stuff, but kind of interesting there that it's like a bird. Like, it's not a wind or dark wing beast, but I'm with it. Its stats are nothing crazy, though. 1,000 attack, 1,000 defense, but that's not where he makes his money. You can only use each of his effects once per turn. The first effect reads, you can target one Plunder Patrol monster in your graveyard, except for himself. You cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except for Plunder Patrol monsters. Also, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, add that target to your hand. Okay, we'll come back to this in a sec. Let's read the other effect. If this card is sent from the hand or monster zone to the graveyard, you could target a Plunder Patrol monster card in your spell and trap zone and special summon it in defense mode. So, kind of a lot going on here. Let's start with the first effect. The first effect is phenomenal. Phenomenal for plunders, okay? For one particular reason, right? One of the biggest problems with plunders is that you always need to be making sure you're ending with a plunder name in hand, because without a plunder name in hand, none of the disruption ships, as far as like stop negating your opponent or quick banishing any of their cards, they don't work unless you have a plunder in hand to discard. So after you've done your combo, after you've gotten to the ones you want or your board state, you then use this guy to not only put himself on the field as an extender, but also add a plunder card back from grave to your hand, which is really good, especially if you're adding something like a Whitebeard, which you'd like to use every single turn if you can, right? So like add Whitebeard back to your hand. That way on your opponent's turn, when you discard Whitebeard, you get to disrupt your opponent and then trigger Whitebeard to summon another Plunder Patrol monster out of the deck. That could be something like a Redbeard, which can use this effect during your opponent's turn, and so on and so forth. There are numerous interactions here. There's stuff like Golden Hair is a 1-card Bluebeard, so you could just go like normal Golden Hair, link her off, revive her by discarding a card, and then make the Bluebeard. Then you could summon this guy to add Golden Hair back. That way you guarantee have a Plunder monster in hand, and you put him on the field, which is pretty solid as an extender. Considered there. And if you just could put any other level 4 on the field, you could end on like a Dweller as well, which is really cool. Something you don't do all the time, but adding this to your pool of extenders for the deck, I think this card might power creep Bluebeard a little bit. You might look at Bluebeard and be like, I don't want to play 3 of him anymore. Really, really cool. That first effect is very, very strong. I love that. The second effect, though, this is the other thing. So when it's sent from the hand or monster in the grave, you can actually special summon one of your plunder monsters that's equipped to a Plunder Patrol card in the spell and trap zone. Also, very, very nice. I mean, Redbeard and Whitebeard use their effects to equip themselves to the plunder monster they summon, which is very important. And this card kind of allows you to drop them back onto the field. That's more of a recovery play than anything else, or I guess like a more of a push play. Like after you've stopped your opponent, you get to extend on your turn by like special summoning them after you've like linked this guy off. Still works, still plenty good, but it also does potentially open up some other routes you could go. Like imagine if you did something like went through, I know I've seen people try to tech in something like Union Carrier. That way you could like fuse for something like Plunder Patrol ship Liss, but Liss doesn't get its negate if it's not equipped, so then you use like Union Carrier to then equip Liss with something. Liz is a fiend, right? Yeah, I think they're all fiends. So like you could equip Liz with like a white beard, then you're actually looking at something interesting, because if you use Liz like discarding this card, then you use this card to summon the Whitebeard, and now Whitebeard is an active another disruption. That same thing with Redbeard. If you just have Redbeard equipped, you summon him, and now his quick effect is live to get you another disruption as well. So there's multiple ways to make this work. There's a ton of interactions. It's hard for me to like off the top of my head throw every single interaction this card has with the rest of the Plunder Patrols at you, but just know they're awesome. I mean, we have cards like the Fusion that just allows you to equip a Plunder Patrol straight from the deck. Then you just like summon this card, link it off, then immediately use this card's effect to get the monster that you equipped from the deck straight to the field as an extender. I love it. I think this card's actually really, really solid for the Plunder Patrols, and it's just way more resource efficient, and I think that's going to be huge for stuff like the Fusion card. Sometimes the Fusion card's not that good because you don't want to fuse. You don't want to use 3 cards in your hand to like get you to 1 fusion monster. Sometimes you want to just send that card to grave, but having a card like this that lets you plus way harder, like you summon this card and add a monster back, there's your 2 materials right there for a list immediately. It's actually pretty good, right? So yeah, there's so many interactions with this card. I cannot wait to mess around with this card. This is an awesome card for me out of this set. I'm really psyched that Konami didn't say, you know what, Plunders are pretty cool as a rogue deck. They can definitely compete with some of these higher rated decks. But we'll give them a couple of years before we start looking at them again. I love that they're already giving them another card here, and it's a very, very nice main deck extender that the deck will appreciate a lot. I know that for sure. So that is going to do it for me here today. Let me check real quick just to make sure no other cards got revealed, and it's just our boy Ravenwing. Oh boy, it's loading so slowly. I had a video that was getting uploaded, but it doesn't look like it. Nope, it looks like the only card that's getting revealed tonight. If anything else crazy comes out, I'll have a video either today or tomorrow. You guys know that. Thank you so much for watching, as always, guys. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with reviews and new cards as they get revealed, just like this video. I love doing this. These are some of my favorite videos to record. I will catch you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.